By today's announcement, Yakubu Mahmood, former INEC chair, has now positioned himself as the greatest beneficiary of the 2023 electoral season. It is not even Bola Ahmed Tinubu. And by way of understanding the background, Nyesom Wike used to be the greatest beneficiary of that particular election, apart from the contestant himself, who is now president. I mean, the greatest third party beneficiary. Okay, it should be second because Nigeria didn't benefit anything. But as it were, Yakubu Mahmood has displaced Nyesom Wike as the greatest beneficiary of that election. And the beautiful thing is that Nyesom Wike even had some political gimmicks and inroads and interest into the whole pool. But Yakubu Mahmood just sat somewhere in public office where he was supposed to be an umpire, and then mutilated, manipulated, and orchestrated a new orders against the Nigerian people. And today he's been rewarded as an ambassador designate. He's been nominated by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to becoming an ambassador of the country. Ambassador for what? What has he done? And so automatically, after leaving office, after several years serving in Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, and instead of him to move on to his private life and do other things, but he's done so much of Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and Bola Ahmed Tinubu cannot let him go. Bola Ahmed Tinubu didn't care about the Nigerian people, went ahead to designate him, nominate him to become an ambassador. Of course, also another beneficiary that the tantum thrower, the criminal fraudulent Reno Omokri, has also been designated, and a part of a 32-man list that has now been forwarded to the National Assembly for screening and confirmation. That is the Nigeria of today. And it's unfortunate. And if anybody has ever had doubts or or maybe casted aspersion on our belief and argument that the 2023 elections was rigged without or beyond imagination, that is it for you there. You would have thought that Bola Ahmed Tinubu would play caution or be very careful, but he threw caution to the wind, and then he's nominated the umpire in that election just about 2 years ago. And why? There are two reasons why Bola Ahmed Tinubu did what he did. He's again re-echoing or reinstating the fact that it's been said of him that he's a rewarder of men. Bola Ahmed Tinubu over the years has been widely said or written about to being a rewarder of men and effort. So it's somebody that looks into a relationship, reward effort, whether it is criminal, legal, or illegal, reward effort. And what that implies invariably for the rest of the people around is that whatever he asks you to do moving forward, do it because you'll be rewarded. That's what he's done. He's gone against the tides, because a politician, a normal, regular Nigerian politician, an African politician will not, okay, if I say African, I know we can be very daring. A regular politician around the world will not do what Tinubu just did. That election comes off as one of the oddest in our recent history. Nigerians there's still a post-traumatic disorder connected to that election. So you would thought that for someone whose election was being questioned, the legality of that election was being questioned, and a lot of aspersions have been casted around the whole process, you will not appoint somebody who was the headship of that election. You will stay away and try not to create any form of relationship or partisanship or acquaintanceship. I don't know whether this English correct, but that was my thought. That's an average thinking politician. But of course, Bola Ahmed Tinubu is trying to tell you, I don't care what you think, but I want the other persons, the new INEC chair, the CJN, and the rest of all of these guys, if I say do something, do it. Don't care, don't bother about what the people say. And that is one part. The second part is, he is again telling you that there is nothing you can do. As long as it is elections in this country, I call this short. But here's the flip side. The people will now realize that for 2027 election, it is a do or die. And I've said it here several times. I've been called privately by a few concerned persons who said it could trigger some form of DSS invitation. But I don't care. It will be a do or die affair. 2027 elections, it will be a do or die. It is either the election is free and fair or the election will not count. That's what it means for Nigerians, because you now know that should election end, there's no reason doing all of those litigation and eyes on judiciary. That's utter nonsense. As long as the election head in your polling unit, from polling unit to ward collation to local government collation to state collation, whatever wants to happen, that election must happen on that day. 24 hours later, you should be rest assured you won or you lost. To say you are allowing all these calisthenics, shenanigans, you are joking. So Nigerians are now aware, and thank you, Tinubu, for making it very clear to us that for 2027, it's either we win or we don't win. So it is no other time to allow an individual or a tree or a whoever political influence to influence anything. If you pull out, you are equal. That's what it means. However, congratulations to all of you. The list is quite almost 32. I would have gone through, but of course, Reno Omokri, I'm hoping that Reno Omokri gets to be nominated to be ambassador to Anambra so that they can focus on Peter Obi, because I don't know. There's no Anambra state in the state designate, in the location designate, and I don't know where Reno is going to. Charles Awuzie says South Africa, but I think it should, because you want to remove Reno Omokri from his place of primary assignment, his PPA, as it were, and I think it should be taken to Anambra. No wahala, na dey here now, no shaking. We are not crying, we are not worried. It is only revealing enough for us to know where we are. We will see. 2027 is almost here. And it will be the way it will be.